Hello, humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer, the biggest launch in entertainment history. That's what we get to say about GTA 6. Look at that. Look at that, baby. And I'm from the good old days, right? I started playing back here, right? To me, guys, this is my favorite one just because that's what I played with my family, my kiddos back in the day. So it has a really special place in my heart, right? And I enjoyed the single player experience better. But let's talk about this phenomenon just from a business point of view, guys. I mean, you don't see something like this every day, right? Having something be the biggest at this level and have it be video game related, at this point, and in this magnitude, it's just mind blowing. It really is, because you have video games that will not launch, right? They're not going to launch the same day, the same week, because they don't want to get crushed, right? What other market do you see that in, right? The people are not going, you know what? I'm not going to sell donuts today because X, Y, and Z. There's GTA donuts over there opening, so I don't want to sell any donuts today, right? I'm not going to release my model car because the GTA car is coming out. You don't see that anywhere. This is the kind of domination that we're talking about. It's the biggest launch in video game history. It's bigger than Marvel, bigger than Avatar, bigger than Star Wars, bigger than any music album that you've ever thought of, and it's just not another game, right? This is a seismic event, I think, because it's a game that has been reported to have cost $1 billion, right? And analysts are projecting that it's going to make $1 billion before it releases, just in pre-orders. Think about that. It's going to start making money day one at $1 billion in cost. That is unbelievable. That doesn't happen to movies. No movies sell $1 billion in tickets before they come out. Albums, I mean, you name it. You don't get that kind of stuff. I've written, a couple of things that during the week I've been catching these things and I've been making notes. And just the numbers are mind-boggling. $1 billion. Just think of it, $1 billion, right? And why is this situation unique? Why is this video game unique? And you compare it, right? You compare it to other forms of entertainment. Avengers Endgame, for example, 1.2 billion. Spider-Man No Way Home, 600 million. Avatar Way of the Water, 440 million. GTA 5, 800 million first day. GTA 5, 1 billion in 3 days. GTA 6 analyst forecast is 1 billion before launch, potentially several billion after. Imagine $1 billion in profit. That's crazy. And Rockstar at this point isn't even competing with EA, right? They're competing against Hollywood, Netflix. They're competing for hours of your life as far as entertainment. Against concert music, NFL, whatever other things other people do. That's the kind of level of entertainment that we're talking here. So it's just not another video game. It's taking it to another level. Now, let me tell you guys, from what I see as far as the writing, it doesn't surpass this or even 4. Because, millennial writers, Jesus Christ, they can't write a real character to save their lives, right? And we've already seen some of the dialogue, right? But regardless, that's a new market. These video games are not for us, right? The GTA, it's sad to say, of today, it's not going to be for us that played this game back in the day. That is not their main customer, if you will. Even though a lot of them started that way and been loyal to the brand, but their job now is to reach out beyond that, right? And go into the microtransaction era, right? Because, many of us will play this and I'll never pay a microtransaction here and I'll have a lot of fun. But yeah, it's just a different It's just a different type of entertainment, a different customer, a different era. Right? That's how you know we're not the target audience anymore, because a lot of stuff that you see regarding this game doesn't really appeal to us, right? The older generation, just in general, right? And everybody's trying to copy Rockstar, right? Everybody wants Rockstar money, but they don't deliver Rockstar quality. It's just the way it is. Um, and what investors see is now they're going to see billions, in revenue in a good IP, right? Whether you're talking Call of Duty or something like Fortnite, those type of things. And this is why, publishers are moving in those type of directions, right? Imagine releasing a $250 million RPG. $150 million shooter. Even if your game is great, right, you're going to have a hard time with those kind of budgets. You can see it now, right? That's where you're seeing a lot of re-releases, a lot of remasters, that kind of stuff. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to give you, my general thoughts on this stuff. Show off my shirt. Now, am I working on release day? No. See you tomorrow, and I'm gonna be like, yeah. No, I'm going to be playing for sure, so I can judge it. Not that I'm gonna stream or anything like that, but just to see what it's all about. One of my favorite memories was getting an Xbox. My nephews were over visiting from New York, and they were over, man, and they were just stuck in a hotel, and I went and got them an Xbox, and all they wanted to do was play GTA, which my sister wouldn't let them do, but they were playing it anyway. I was that uncle. Now they're older, right? And now they're older. They don't think I'm cool anymore. But man, just a franchise over the years. I'm sure you guys have had a lot of memories. San Andreas, Vice City, Liberty City Stories. Some of you can go back to 2, right? But for me, it's always been one of my favorite plays, one of my go-tos. I just sit there and I just run around in Vice City, man, and just enjoy my time. All right, humans, I will catch you on the next one. What do you guys think? Did you guys ever think it was going to get to this level? I thought we were going to be successful, but not to this level where you're crushing other forms of entertainment. All right, humans, I will catch you on the next one. Make sure you like and subscribe if you like this kind of video. The Old Man Cringe Community Perspective, or Gen X. Take care.